Hey guys, what's up? It's Uncle Zunky, and welcome to another Isaac run. And for the first time ever, this is not going to be an Isaac run where it's live. I'm just going to be showing you guys the highlights of a run I had earlier today. I did try a few times to record a live commentary and eventually just gave up because I have been sick and I kept coughing and sneezing and it was really gross and it kept disrupting the videos. So eventually I just said, screw it, you know what, we're just going to do this post. So I got a really good run earlier today, and I figured I'd show you guys what it is, and I will show the seed as well, and that's the seed there. So this is probably the best start to an Isaac run, probably the best first two floors that I've ever had in Isaac. Now the rest of the run wasn't all that special, your fairly normal run, but the first two floors were so incredibly good that I had to show. Of course, the first item room was Polyphemus without even having to reroll, so that already is really good. And then I believe I got Cancer on my second item room. Great item as well, probably not worth showing off. It just gives you some soul hearts, as well as if you get hit in a room, then you have the wafer effect for the rest of that room, but you do have to get hit once. So that's not that important unless you're on a later room in the game, so on one of those floors where you take a full heart of damage instead of half heart of damage, and you're taking multiple hits, then it can be handy. So after the second boss, I got a damage up, I'm like, that's great, and then I go into the devil room. Doesn't look too good yet, but of course we do have a reroll available. Open the chest and there's Guppy's Paw in there. That's always a great start already. And then I'm like, you know, I got 3 items I can reroll. And we get 3 great items. So the second part of Guppy, we get Ceremonial Robes, and we get Abaddon, which is a damage up, and Fear Shot. So that's a really good item. And then it replaces all of your red hearts with black hearts. And luckily I only had 1 red heart left, so it wasn't really too much of a sacrifice letting go of that. So it does give you a ton of black hearts picking up Abaddon, so I'm already super powerful. And then on the next floor we find Tough Love Tooth Shot in an arena, which is just incredible as well. Very good item. And every single time you fire a tooth, it's based on your luck. It's like 1 out of 10 or something like that. You fire a tooth that does, I believe, about 3.5 times your regular tier damage. And since I had Polyphemus and all this damage extra from Abaddon as well, I was just doing ridiculous amounts of damage. I believe Ceremonial Robes is a small damage up as well. So that was going great. I don't really play Isaac all that much, so being able to use the D6 was really a refreshing change because I've been working on the other characters, trying to get everyone done for Platinum God, all the achievements unlocked from every single character. I still have to do a lot of other stuff like challenges and finding a lot of items that haven't been found yet, so there's a lot left to do, but I am just trying to get every character done. And Isaac is one of those. He hasn't done, well, before recording this particular run anyway, he had not done a chest or a darkroom victory. So I just skip ahead to the mom's fight as well. I managed to pick up Piercing Shot as well, which is very useful. You get to hit enemies multiple times with 1 tier as it passes through other enemies, so that's always a very good item to have. And I just got to cheese the mom boss fight, so every single time you run into a red mom that doesn't spawn minions, this is definitely how you want to kill the mom boss fight. Just stand here. It takes a little while, so maybe if you're running out of time for a boss rush, this isn't the best idea, but it's a very easy way to get a mom kill. It works with the regular and the blue moms as well, but they spawn minions which can chase you and attack you, so it doesn't work quite as well because you can take some damage doing it. But with the red mom, it just works perfectly. So even with the mom only occasionally popping her hand out, I still got her down very fast because every single time one of those tooth shot hit, it was like 20% of her health gone or something like that. Just incredible amount of damage being dealt. And I decided to go to the dark room with this run because I think that the chest is a little bit easier. And that's just me, but I was also taking a lot of damage this run as well because just not playing that well, so that was kind of something to worry about. So here's the first womb boss, which is Blastocyst, and I'm showing this for a reason. We get a pretty awesome drop after killing this boss, but just taking down the boss so fast. Penetrative Shot works very well against Blastocyst as well, and this is also one of the easiest bosses in the game, so not that big of a deal even if you don't have insane damage. And in my item room, I wound up picking up the Pact, which is one of the best items that you can get when you have Polyphemus because you have a very low tier fire rate. It's also a slight damage up as well, but you know, we have enough damage at this point and decided not to take Book of Belial because I had plenty of damage. I'd just rather not have it. So the coin purse was pretty good as well. I think there is a health up pill in there, or a couple health ups in fact. So unfortunately that's the last devil room of the game. You don't get a devil room where you can buy items at least after the womb 1 unless you get a Joker card, and then you can get one on the dark room, and you can get one on the shale floor as well. And this also works for the cathedral and chest, but normally you can't earn devil rooms on those 2 floors unless you get a teleport or a joker card to them. So taking down the heart now, and the heart went down very, very fast. I mean, it normally does. Usually by the time you get to the heart, you have enough damage to take it down very quickly, but this is probably one of the faster heart kills I have had as well. Every single time the tooth shot hits, it does so much damage. I almost went up to the cathedral by accident, which would have been a huge fail. And so now in Shale at the boss, I also took down this very fast. I have had faster Satan kills, much faster than this one. So this wasn't one of the best ones ever, but Mr. Mega as well, if you time that correctly, it pretty much one-hits the first phase of the Fallen, so that's very handy to get. Mr. Mega does so much damage versus the Fallen. I don't know if it's just because the Fallen doesn't have that much health, or Mr. Mega is really that good, but it worked out. And I also had Infamy block a couple shots for me. That's interesting. I didn't even notice that while recording the video. But that's definitely very helpful. And then, yeah, Devil Phase 3 goes down. It's just kind of time consuming. The main annoying part about the Devil Phase 3 is, unfortunately, the bomb flies can spawn like right underneath you, or they can spawn right in front of you on the spot that you're running towards, and then you don't really have too much of a chance to avoid them, even though they do wait for a second after spawning to run. But that is one thing that's kind of annoying about the Devil, is it's really easy to take damage on those dudes. But other than that, you can walk into the legs and everything, so especially during this run, I had BFFs. Unfortunately, I didn't have an orbital, but it can be really smart to walk into the legs, and then you don't take damage from them as long as they've already stomped on the ground. So going down into the dark room, unfortunately, I have Curse of the Blind, never fun on the dark room, but I got some of the luckiest red chests ever. Remember, I'm already 2/3 guppy, so I go into the devil room here. I got to teleport to it. That's how I earned it. Otherwise, you can't do that normally. And then items, I don't even know what they are because they're question marks. I get 3 items in 4 red chests. Goat Head and Guppy's Collar. I probably should have re-rolled the last 2, but whatever. So I'm Guppy at this point, just doing a ridiculous amount of damage. And of course with Guppy's Tail as well, you're going to get a ton of chests in the dark room. So I picked up a lot of items. None of them were that great though, so I didn't bother showing them. And then it's finally time to go into the boss. Unfortunately, Rubber Cement didn't happen until the very end of the floor, because that can be a very fun item. And the Lamb took about 5 seconds to kill. Yeah, with Guppy and this much damage, it doesn't put up too much of a fight. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Sorry I couldn't live commentate, but I wanted to do something different and still upload today. So I'll see you tomorrow with hopefully a better live commentated run, and farewell.